Oh, hello there. Welcome back to Crafters TV. Firstly, apologies. I know we're a little bit late joining you on Facebook. YouTube will join us in the next few minutes. But hello, welcome. It is, of course, the launch party. It's Tuesday afternoon. Well, it is Tuesday afternoon where I am. It may be, I don't know, Tuesday night where you are. Maybe it's Tuesday morning wherever you are. Welcome back to Crafters TV. We're going to have an amazing launch party. We've got some incredible products in the show for you. As always, we're going to have an explorer's kit. We're going to have an out-of-this-world deal as well. There is absolutely loads that you can look forward to. Talking of wonderful things to look forward to, Leann is also here with me in the studio. How are you, Leann?
Oh, I'm very well, thank you, Joe. It feels like it was only, I don't know, a couple of hours since I was here last with you. Of course it was, because we were here this morning, weren't we? But I'm thrilled that I'm here tonight on Launch Party. I love a launch party. It's one of my favourite Crafters Companion 2-hour shows. It really is, because we get to show you some fab stuff. And one of my favourite products of 2020, nay, in fact, of my entire career with Crafters Companion, bold statement but true, is on the show tonight.
Ooh, now isn't that a bold statement right there? If you want to say hello, you've got any questions as we go through the show, drop in over on Facebook. If you're watching on YouTube as well, you can pop into the comments there. Any questions that you've got. If you want to share with us anything that you've been up to, anything you've been making, get your pictures into us. You can absolutely do that. And you can do that by emailing us studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk is where you can send that into. What I would say is definitely get ahead on the website and have a look at everything that's coming up. I want to just quickly share with you the... I want to share with you the... Out of this world.
Oh, yes, yes.
Out of this
world deal.
We didn't rehearse it.
I was busy looking at my samples. What can I say?
So the Out of This World deal, today's Out of This World deal is amazing. It is really an Out of This World deal because it is 6. Yes, I know you've been waiting them for ages. 6 tape pens. I mean, these have been like unicorn droppings. They have been, you know, that sought after here. We've got them back in stock right now, ready to go. You can get 6 of them for the price of 5, which is amazing. They are the regular permanent ones that we've got available for you. So that is the Out of This World deal. Most of our deals always last for around 48 hours. However, the Out of This World deal will only last for 24 hours or while stocks last. So make sure you grab it if you want to get hold of it. Right, we're going to do a lot of this show is going to be about one of Leann's most favourite products of the year. I'll take you through everything that you get in just a minute, but I know Leann has got lots of lovely things that you can make with it that she would love to take us through. You were meant to have a couple and you've literally got armfuls. I can see you over there not able to eliminate any of them.
I've been going, oh, but I'll put that one. Oh, no, I need to show you that one. And oh, no, I need to show you that. And I need to show you all of them. It really is divine. Firstly, I'm going to bring your attention to these. And I'm just going to bring one in and show you. Look how fantastic this is as a gift. Absolutely gorgeous, this jar. And what you're going to be able to make is this fantastic recipe with this lovely tag and all the little men on the side there. Isn't that lovely? Here we've got it for chocolate brownies, we've got fruit muffins, and we've got homemade chocolate chip cookies. Isn't that fantastic? Now you get the recipe, the actual recipe for you to stamp. You get all of the little accoutrements, the little guys that go with. You get the tags and all of the embellishments. We give you everything you need to be able to create the fantastic tag, but it's so much more than that. So let me show you a few more of these samples. I'll pick them up and show you as we go along. We can just use them in regular card samples if that's what we want to do. And you can see here with this one, we've got our fabulous chocolate chip cookie recipe and we've used it as a card topper. We're also able to use it with the Sarah's Crafty Fun mug. Did you get the Sarah Crafty Fun mug when we were on the other week? Use your recipes with that if you want to. Look at this for the cookies, the lovely little shaker card in there. Absolutely gorgeous. I love them. This is just a really lovely Christmas card where we've used a couple of the toppers and we've got the recipe in there. Here's a one. I love this with the little gingerbread men. Look, sugar and spice make Christmas so nice. We've got some really lovely sentiments as well, Joe. And of course, the pièce de résistance of all of these different sets that we've got for you are the fact that a full original working recipe has been included for you to use with all of these in all of these different ways. You can see here, this is just a little card with a removable gift tag or a removable bookmark if that wants to be, or just to keep that for recipes to give to friends and family. We've done it as a little stepper card if we want to, and then we've gone really funky and retro, and this would be good for a little girl or for a granddaughter. Send this Christmas card to her. She can make some fruit muffins for the family if she wants to. Make them as a shaker card if you want to. You know, really decorate them up. So many different things you can do. But for me, the real joy is making these tags. These tags are fantastic. So you can see here with all of the recipes on, and then hanging them onto a jar filled with the ingredients that are included on the front, giving that as a gift. So you're giving the ingredients, the jar, the recipe, the method, the know-how, and that is our most wonderful Christmas gift, I think.
They are absolutely fantastic. Let me quickly guide you through everything that you're getting in the collection then, because you're getting this collection here. Firstly, the first one is sugar and spice that you've got in here, and this one has included those homemade chocolate brownies that you can see. So you've got the stamp here that you need to create this. You've then got all of the other bits that you need in order to create those. So you can see there, that's exactly everything you're getting. Now you're also going to then get as well all the sort of bits and bobs, all the accoutrement that you need, all the little embellishments as well. So you can see you've got those all there for you too. The next one we've got is this one here, and this one is your Baking Spirits Bright. Now the Baking Spirits Bright has got the fruit muffin recipe on there. As we said, it is a working recipe that comes there in the stamp form. You've also got all the other dies and stamps that you need to make a full project. So you can see you've got your sentiments in your embellishing stamps along the side. The recipe itself, you're going to be able to cut the bauble, the star, the bell, the jar, the lid that goes with the jar. So it is going to make loads of things. Now whether you're making presentation elements, so things like your boxes with them, it's fantastic for that, or you're making card projects, you've got it all covered. This one here is Sweet Season Wishes, and this is a homemade hot chocolate. Ooh, a big hug in a mug, which is going to be perfect for over the Christmas time. You've got all of that there. Again, you've got all the dies, all the stamps that you need to make that lovely cup as well. And then finally, the last one you've got is Comfort, Joy and Cookies. Did we do that one already? We didn't, did we? I said that it was a homemade cookies. It was homemade brownies, the first one I told you. This one here has got the homemade chocolate chip cookies on there. So you've got the little cookies, you've got a Christmas tree, you've got the bow, you've got the box. You've got so much that you need to put these together and make a full project. Now, not only that, you are getting as well in here the 12 by 12 paper pad that you need. It's a 32 page, 180 GSM, double-sided paper pad for you, which is fantastic, and it's been designed to have all of the kind of themes and patterns, if you will, that will make a fantastic complement to all the dies and stamps that you're getting in there. You get 32 sheets here. It's 180 GSM, 12 by 12. Now, I know a lot of you will be multi-ordering that. If you want to go for that on its own, absolutely you can. It's available on its own, $14.99 or $19.99 if you would like to get that individually. That's not where it ends, though, because then also available, or coming in with the big collection, I should say, you are going to get the ribbon, because the ribbon is fantastic for allowing you to create these into tags. You know how much I love a tag, and you can hang that on your jars or for your tree or anywhere you'd like to put it. With regards to the stamps and dies, so the 4 stamp die sets that have got the recipes and all of that, you can get those on a 2 for £25 or £25 or $35 if you'd prefer to get them in that way. You can, but of course the best value comes when you buy the whole collection. £56, meaning everyone says saves £20.94. Club Inspire Platinum members, you're going to get another £11.20 off of that price. Club Inspire Platinum members in the US, you're going to get an extra $15 off of that price. So it makes that value even better, which is fantastic. I want to give you a heads up as to some of the other stuff that's coming up a little bit later in the show as well. One of the most popular launches we've done in a very, very long time was our Nature's Garden Vintage Christmas. Now, if you missed out on the launch deal of this, we have been able to bring it back for you. A slightly more selection, a slightly smaller selection, I should say, than our launch selection. But you're going to get metal dies in here. You're going to also get your cut and emboss folder in there. You've got acrylic stamps in there too. So a really gorgeous Christmas bundle there for you. If you want to go for individuals on that, spend over £40 or $40 on the Vintage Christmas range individuals, and you'll save an extra 15%, which is fantastic. We've also got the Builder characters for you. And these are our stamps and dies. This is the bear, the elf, the penguin and the angel. £19 or $27 if you want to grab hold of these. Check out the saving on that. You're saving $28.96 in the UK or $40.80 in the US. That is a mammoth saving for you right there. And then we've got a second set, or also a fantastic saving on the second set. This one you've got the deer, the robin, and the joyful. I think we need some sort of hyphen between the stamp and die and deer, because it just says die, deer, robin and joyful, which doesn't make a lot of sense. £14 or $20 if you want to get those, saving you $21.97 or $30.85. In a previous job I used to where I used to work in, Leanne, we'd always just do that. It would just have die and then it would be like where love dies for where love dies. Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense on the time. You know what we're on about. Grab those, they're a fantastic deal. Now our Explorer kit is all about you trying something new, and this is like the optimum Explorer kit really, this one. This is our metallic markers crafting kit. Now it's fantastic because it's got over 230 elements in here. You're going to get metallic markers, clear stamps, card blanks, die cut card blanks, envelopes, acetate sheets, mirror card, cards, adhesive pearls, metal charms, vellum sheets and ribbon in there as well. It is jam-packed. You'd spend about £12 to £14 just on the markers alone. It's going to be super busy on that. It also makes a fantastic gift should you want to give it to someone as well. Now, something that is hardly ever in stock with us here at Crafts TV, because you clear us out whenever it comes back in stock, it is the Hunky Dory heavyweight acetate. Now it's 220 micron, so it's really heavy. It's great for construction, and you get 30 sheets of it for $9.99 or $13.99. Lots of you gone for that already. I think you've been waiting for that one to come back into stock. Right, we're going to go back to Santa Kitchen where it all started. Very, very busy there already. A fantastic saving for you. It only launched just over the weekend as well. And I know we had a very, very busy launch. There's just loads that you can do with it. Leanne, it's got to be surely one of the most versatile Christmas crafting selections we've brought out in a very long time.
I think this is the best Christmas crafting collection we've brought out in a long time, and I know that is a bold statement, but as if you've been following me for years and if you've followed Sarah for years, you'll know that we both make each other Christmas presents every year, and that I make Christmas presents for my friends and family every year. And so having a collection like this where we can make those presents but where we've got the accessories to be able to really use our papercraft and our love of papercraft and decorate them up so we can make the recipe cards or we can give the jars full of ingredients really is a fabulous thing. And I think, you know, in these everywhere's talking about the fact that the country's going into recession and, you know, difficult times that we're all in at the moment. Lovely to not have to spend a fortune on gifts actually coming up to Christmas. Being able to get some of the, you know, the raw and dry ingredients and then just use what you've got at home along with this fabulous Santa's Kitchen range and make some of these lovely gifts. I think they'll be more appreciated than spending a fortune on the high street. Certainly what I love to receive, and I look forward to my fudge from Sarah every year. It's the best fudge in the world. And she makes Mr. C the best Christmas cake. And he always says, Leanne, Sarah makes a much better fruit cake than you. But I don't hold it against him because he's telling the truth at the end of the day. Right, so what have we got in the collection? A couple of things I just want to show you in terms of how they work, and then I'll get on and we're going to make a finished project. So when you open them up, we're using the Sugar and Spice collection here, and when you open up your Sugar and Spice collection you will get your sheet of stamps that you can see there, and these are sniff test photopolymer stamps. And then you also get your set of crafting dies that go with. And I'm going to show you how these different dies work. And the first thing I'm going to do is just cut a tag, because I want to show you how these 1, 2, 3, 4 decorative tag tops work. And then I'll show you how these two frames work as part of my demonstration later. We then get an embellishment star, and then we get these two little outlines which are for Mr. and Mrs. Gingerbread Man. So that's what you get in your set. And just before I cut that out, Joe, have you read some of the sentiments in these collections?
They're great, aren't they?
They really are. They're very, very different. And I just like them because they're not what you would get traditionally. So, for example, we whisk you a Merry Christmas. I love that. Lovin' from my oven. I love that. I can't say it right, can I? Because I'm not saying it in American. You say it, Joe.
Lovin' from my oven.
You say it the same as me.
Do I? Lovin' from my oven.
Lovin' from my oven. So if you're in the USA, how on earth do we say that without it sounding really bizarre? I'm sure you would say it in a much better accent than we do. Sugar and spice make Christmas so nice. And then obviously we've got our homemade chocolate brownie recipe as well, which is what we're going to be using. So first things first, I've just got a piece of card here. And I've cut my card to 2.5 inches wide, and cutting it to 2.5 inches wide means that all of my little tag tops here will work on this width of card. So I'm just going to use this one, and you can see here I've got a top for, I'm going to take this sticky off because it's just going to get in the way. There we are. The top for my tag, and it's the perfect width. So you can do that with this one, this one, this one, and this one. So you've got 4 different tag top designs if that's what you want to do. Actually, what you could do is you could do a tag top on one end, and you could use that as a bottom on the other end if that's what you want. In fact, that's what we'll do on the other end if you wanted. So you can use them just as tops, tops with no holes, or tops and bottoms. Great versatility in there. So we're going to line that up on our cutting plate, and we're going to use some repositionable tape just to keep it still so it doesn't shifty around when we put it through the machine. So line that up, line the cutting edges up there, tape it in place. Same at the bottom. Line it up, tape it in place. There we go. And then build up our sandwich and pass it through the junior.
Lots of love for this online. This Paula saying, nothing says loving like something from the oven. I have to agree. Eleanor saying, that is a great set. I had gotten it when it came out. I love it. And I know you will too. Should have had her fudge recipe turned into a stamp. Everyone always asks for it, says Angie. Oh, you never know, Angie. Watch this space. Shadia's saying as well, oh my goodness, I'm running out of space in my craft room and the spare funds are running out. Then here you guys come out with another spectacular collection. Oh my word. Shut the front door, shut the back door, shut the curtains, and hide from the milkman. Joe and Leanne, Santa's kitchen. I think Shadia loves it by the sounds of it.
I'm so happy to hear that, Shadia. Thank you. You know, really, this range is fabulous, and I do love it, and I will be making everything with it this year. So you see there, I've been able to cut this beautiful, long, decorative tag just using those 2 edges, and I could stamp my recipe on there. I can decorate it up if I want to. I could have made it smaller. I could have made it really small just for a sentiment. Because you've got the 2 separate edges, you can go from the full width of a piece of card as long as you like, even longer if you're using your Gemini plates, not your Junior plates, and you want to use a long strip of A3. You can make this customizable for whatever project you want to work with. So that's how the tag works. Now we're going to have a look at how to make a pretty little box like this with a chocolate brownie recipe on there, which we would then fill chocolate brownies in the box. So we're going to give the gift of the chocolate brownie made and provide the recipe for whoever we're giving it to remake them themselves at home. I love that idea. It's great, isn't it? Great idea. So let's start. First things first. So we've got a lid for our box, which is just a piece of craft card that I've got here. And then on your die set, you have also got 2 dies, you can see here, which look like they could be tag dies, in fact are frame dies. And so they're going to work in the same way. You can use them as a larger tag die if you want to, or you can use them in the way I'm going to use it now to create a frame and some mat inlays on a paper. So to cut into this box, what I would do is just decide whereabouts I want this to be, this particular aperture, and position that onto my piece of craft card. And then hold that in place. Now, when you're holding that in place, I just want to point out to you as well, just before I stick it down, can you see that one is bigger than the other?
Yes.
Right, okay, so that'll become obvious as to why in a second. So when you're taping this down, tape it down on the piece that's going to come away, not the piece that's going to be left behind. However, I am going to do some pretty paper and mat and lay this with the lovely paper pad that we've got as well. So I'm just going to stick that down there so it doesn't move. That can then go, will it go on my Junior? No, I've made it too big. It would need to be in my Gemini. So we're going to pretend that that's gone through the machine. And when it pops out the other end, this is what we'll have. So what you do is you pop it through once and it will cut half. And then you take your die, flip it round and join it up here. And then what will happen is it will cut the aperture in your box lid, exactly as you can see here. So you see we cut that half first, put it through, turn around the die, match it up top and bottom, run it through again, and that makes an aperture in the top of your box. That's with the smallest die. Then we repeat that exact same process, but with the bigger die. And when we do it with the bigger die in the same place, and what I do is I line my piece of paper up on here, and then I mark through the back with my pencil so that I can see exactly where I'm going to put it. And then we run this through again, once, then twice, and it gives you a matten layer but in reverse. So you see you get that lovely relief for your box lid. And that's how we make the aperture, and then the piece to go over the top where we still have the craft card in relief using those 2 dies that come in the packet. Does that make that very clear, Joe?
Yeah, I'm following.
Good, pleased to hear it. Right, now we're going to stick this together with our tape pen. Tape pen's back in stock, Joe.
They are. Well, 6 of them on this show.
Have we?
They were our...
Out of this world deal!
Yes!
Woo! I'll get that right by 5 to 6 tonight. I'll have that nailed.
Yeah, by 6 I
Out
reckon.
of this world all over. I don't even think I did it at my best out of this world deal voice.
Do you want to have one more go?
Can I have another go?
Yes, the tape pens are our...
Out of this world deal.
Much better. Much better.
Thanh you, Joe.
Thank God we got there in the end.
Yeah, we did.
Sandra saying these will be perfect for my apron and cake mixer collection. Oh, what a great idea. Kathy says she's in love with them. These will also be great for a quick bookmark, said Cynthia. Another great idea. Michelle says she's got the glass craft mat and absolutely loves it. And Michelle saying she also loves making boxes. So easy. Well, these would be great if you love making boxes. And also... I guess you could put these around. I've got this thing at the moment, Leanne. I don't know what I'm going to do with them all. But jars and bottles, I can't throw them away.
Oh, well, this
I've got so many jars and bottles at the moment.
So this is what you're going to do. Look, just like this, in jars. And bottles, doesn't matter what the receptacle is, just put your ingredients in and put a little tag on, why not? And do you know what I was thinking as well at the weekend, because I just love this collection, and I was planning all of the presents that I'm going to make for all of the people. And I was thinking to myself, do you know what? You know, like with, you've just said you've got bottles, Joe, would they be like alcohol spirit bottles?
Right.
Would they be? Is that what you've got?
I've only one, actually. A lot of them are like big jam jars and stuff.
Ah, so I've got a few gin bottles at home.
Just a few.
Just a few. And I thought I could print my slow gin recipe onto some cardstock, then use this collection with the tags, etc., and dress it all up with the Christmas embellishments, and with the bottle send some slows when I collect them and the sugar, or give a bottle of gin and then the recipe, and people could make their own slow gin as well.
What do slows look like?
Slows look like little damsons, and they're in the hedgerow around about the October month.
Right, okay.
So I've just collal all-purpose glued that on there, and then I've got my box bottom to put together as well, which I'm going to put together, Joe, with my out of this world deal. I told you by 5 to 6 I'll be sorted.
You're well ahead of schedule. It's only 4:31 and you are on fire. Michelle Parsons says the dies in this collection can also cut out a backing from a metallic sheet, so you can stick your recipe or a conversion chart on your fridge, making your gift tag multiple uses. What a great way of using it.
Fantastic idea, and this is what I love about doing these shows, where we've got all of our fantastic friends and customers on the YouTube and on the Facebook, because you can share your fabulous ideas, and everybody has a different or innovative idea to use with these, and I just love that. I really do. Now I've got a piece of acetate, and you've got that wonderful construction acetate on the show as well. That's going to go in the lid of my box so that my chocolate brownies don't fall out when I'm gifting them. So I'm just going to use some of my tape pen around the side of there. You could use your tacky glue if you wanted, but for speed. And because it's a Crafter's Companion tape pen, of course, you can use it on your acetate, no problem at all. Stick that in there. And actually, I'm just going to point that out, because I don't know if I've ever had the opportunity to do that for you before. Look at how clear the adhesion is.
Yeah, it's
Look,
really
you can't
clear,
see
isn't it?
any lines of tape. And that's the other good thing about our Crafters Companion tape pens. When you're sticking your acetate, either for your shaker cards or for your gift box lids or anything like that, and even if you're putting an acetate wrap on a card, the tape disappears. You can't see it. And that's brilliant. That's another good thing that's good about the tape pens. I'll save you from the out of this world deal.
I was waiting for it.
I'll save it for later. Now I've got a piece of paper from this pad. Where have I put my pad? It's down here. Have you seen the we have got this for sale on the show, haven't we?
We have. You can either get it in the big collection or it's available individually as well.
Wait till you see this. There we go. Now look at the papers in here. Absolutely. Look at the lovely dark green on the back. Beautiful, double-sided, exquisite. Oh, look at the burgundy on the poinsettia and the snowflake and the craft on the back. Oh, my word, the stars. Fabulous. So you've got a fab mix of traditional Christmas papers. Love that candy stripe. That's brilliant. That real candy stripe feel for Christmas when you're baking goods. I just love that. And then, of course, that's true candy cane, isn't it? Lovely red on the back. And your ginghams straight from the kitchen. And then you move into these amazing contemporary designs too. So you've got a lovely mix in there of traditional and contemporary papers, which are perfect for decorating all of the baked goods that you're going to have. Now I've just got a bit of my gingham paper. I've cut it to the size of my box inside. I love that because it looks like a little picnic basket, doesn't it? And I'm going to use my Collal All-Purpose to stick it. And the reason I'm using my Collal All-Purpose is because, as I've discussed many times, sets like concrete, and so by using the Collal All-Purpose in the bottom of the box with a piece of paper will actually give the bottom of the box more rigidity and be firmer, so that when you put in your chocolate brownies, if they're a little bit heavy, your box won't sag underneath. I'm then going to use the same paper to decorate the little sides of my box here. So I've already cut those pieces to size, so I'm going to do that. I think I need a new bottle of glue. Here we go. So just stick them on. One. Let's see what we can do here. If I squeeze it too hard, you just know that it's all going to come there out, won't you?
Marion Shipman asks, what glue does not warp paper?
This one that I'm using now.
Wonderful.
Collal All-Purpose. It's a solvent-based glue. There's no water in it, and this is the one you would need to put your scrapbook papers down with, because it absolutely will not warp it.
Awesome. Kathy's saying she just ordered her first dotty tape pen yesterday. She can't wait to try it. You're going to love it. You're going to be absolutely in love with it. And Yolanda simply says, you two always make me laugh. I love watching Jarl.
Oh, I bet that lady can say Lovin' from my oven really well.
Probably Yolanda.
Yes, I bet Yolanda can say "loving from my oven" without the terrible English accent.
It sounds like a Black Eyed Peas lyric, doesn't it?
It does.
What was that for the your oven for my muffin or something like that? What was it called?
I can't remember. Oh, we're going to have to get on the Google, Joe.
Yeah, maybe.
Somebody in the comments will remind us about that.
Yeah,
they'll tell us what it is.
Maybe. Yeah, I'm going to get us into trouble. I'm going to stop talking now.
That's not like you, Joe.
Yeah. I know. I thought, do you know what, Joe? No, don't. And then I thought, do you know what? Maybe I'll just keep talking. I'll get myself back out of it. And then I thought, do you know what, Joe? It's just easier to stop talking. Just don't talk.
That's so funny.
Susan says over on Facebook, I've been giving mixed jars for gifts for ages, but this year this will set up the cuteness of the jars. Really love this set. And Tina Miller says, gosh, I love the CC tape pens and the dotty tape pens. Remember, the tape pens are today's
out of this world deal.
They are indeed. And you get 6 of them for the price of 5, $19.95 or $29.75. I feel like we're there now. We've got it.
Well, now. I think we've got it nailed. How much time have I got left on this?
You've got plenty of time.
Oh, excellent, good. Because I want to stamp it up, and I think so. Our magnetic platforms and stamping platforms are back in stock. And they are absolutely fantastic. So these are brilliant for stamping and for getting the stamp in the perfect position on your tag when you've cut it out. So if I just use my little magnets to hold my tag still, so you can see I've got it in the 4 corners there. Then I've got my fab little homemade brownie sentiment here. And what I can do is move the magnets around so that they don't get in the way of the stamp. Get the stamp in the perfect position I would like it. That looks good and central to me for my tag or where I would like it to read. I can then take my platform, pick up my stamp and ink it up, and then get that perfect inking in the perfect place. Here we go. So I'm inking up now, and I'm using a quick dry ink pad, Joe. So when you've got something like this, which has quite small writing, and you want the people that you're sending it to be able to read it, make sure that you use your quick dry ink pad. You'll get a much better result, because remember, it dries quick and it's lovely and precise and crisp when you stamp it down. So when I stamped this and pick it up, I have got my perfect recipe in the perfect place, and I'm going to pick it up so you can see. You don't even need your glasses. Even all of those little words are incredibly readable. So I've stamped that, and then what I did on my one here is I took my Harmony Water Reactive in the same plum jam colour, and I just did a little bit of edging. So that's what I did for that. And then I stamped the Sugar and Spice Make Christmas So Nice sentiment with my white pigment ink pad, and then heat embossed it with some clear powder. A little bit of plum jam around the outside for that too. That can go there. And then I did the same for the little gingerbread Mr. and Mrs. Stamped them in white pigment ink pad, heat embossed them in clear, and they're ready to cut out. And you've got the matching die for both the Mr. and the Mrs. So I'll just show you those.
Mr. So is she Mrs.? You've said because you've been referring to her as Mrs. Gingerbread Man, which I feel like she might have a little bit of umbrage with, if I'm being totally honest.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Mrs. Gingerbread Person.
Mrs. Gingerbread Lady.
Mrs. Gingerbread Lady. Okay, she can, but yeah, whatever. Whatever, Trevor. There we go. Whatever. We've got the correct dies, perfectly sized to go around our gingerbread people, and then when you cut them out, you can see you've got that lovely little embellishment there. So really great that all of those bits and bobs are included for you. And what I did with this actually, Joe, is I did my piece of card and I stamped that, and then I just put the little tag top on top to cut the tag top and bottom exactly as I did when I showed you how to cut this one. So that shows you how everything was done, and then we just need to put it together. So I'm going to use a piece of ribbon. Wonderful. And I'm going to tie these two together. I'm not going to glue them because I want them to be able to be spun around so that you can see the recipe underneath, and so that it can be removed quite nicely and easily from the box. So I'll tie this into a little bow.
You could also, as well, if you wanted to, maybe give this as like on a wooden spoon, maybe as just a little gift. No, it'd be another little,
what a fantastic
lovely way of giving
idea.
it.
I love that idea. Or a whisk.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or a whisk.
Kay is saying the box is adorable. Carol saying good morning from Cleveland, Ohio. Carol.
Carol.
She says, I'm running late today. I slept in because it's my birthday. Happy birthday to you, Carol. Valerie saying, I love my stamping platform, but then I love everything Crafter's Companion. I don't think you're on your own there, Valerie, but no, that stamping platform is back in stock, which is wonderful. That is looking gorgeous, Leanne. Isn't
it lovely? And so I really like that, because inside there I would put some of the chocolate brownies I've made using the recipe, and you've got the little acetate window that you can see there, and you've also given the recipe for people to be able to make that themselves when they get it home. Brilliant for gift giving. I just adore this collection.
It really is beautiful. And remember, there's 4 different collections that you are going to be receiving if you're going, of course, for that main collection. So let me take you through those again and what they are. So you've got Comfort, Joy and Cookies, which is this one just here. This is the one that includes that wonderful homemade chocolate chip cookie recipe, all the ingredients and the method that you need there. And then you've got the stamps. So you've got things like homemade cookies, Santa approved. 'Tis the season to bake cookies. I mean, it's always a season to bake cookies, but at Christmas, it's a rite of passage, really, isn't it? The next one we've got here is your Sugar and Spice, and the Sugar and Spice is the one that's got the homemade chocolate brownies in there. Delicious. You've got the gingerbread people down here, as well as the star, as you can see, and then all of the stamps that you should need, and everything you need to make those gorgeous tags that go along with that too. We've then also got Baking Spirits Bright. Now this one has got your fruit muffins on there. Oh, I do love a fruit muffin. It says Baking Spirits Bright. Christmas calories don't count. I've been saying that for years, that they don't count, and they don't count from about the middle of October or I'd say from bonfire night onwards, from about the 5th of November, you're pretty much good. They don't count after that, so don't worry about it. I'm not a doctor, for the record. You've got the hot chocolate one in here as well, so that's your sweet season wishes. Now, you get all 4 of those, which is great. Now, if you did want to just go for some of the stamps and dies, you can get those, any 2 of those 4 that I've just shown you there, for £25 or $35 across on the website. But go for the whole collection, because that's when you get even more, because what you're also going to get in here then is that gorgeous paper pad. Now, the paper pad, 32 pages, and it is really, really gorgeous. What I love is that it's double-sided, and you've got a plain paper and then a patterned paper, so it means that they're going to complement each other perfectly. You've got something for the outside and something for the inside. You've got some of those more traditional styles in there, you've got some more modern styles. Love the candy cane one that you've got there as well, some lovely checks, some stars and some snowflakes. Oh, and poinsettias, and the holly. Oh, the holly one is divine. £56 or $75. That's not all it gets you though, because it will also get you the ribbon too, is coming in the collection for you as well, should you want to grab that. Now, I know a lot of you are thinking, do you know what, maybe you're not going for the stamps and dies, but you're thinking, my word, that paper pad is absolutely gorgeous. Or maybe like Christine in upstate New York, who by no doubt now has got maybe 5 or 6 of these, I'd imagine. If you love to had, I'm expecting a message any moment. Oh, actually, she has messaged about something else. Let us know how many paper pads you've got in this collection, Christine. You can go for extras, because obviously that's one you're using. I actually think, I don't know if you'll agree with me, Leanne, that you could use that paper pad and it not be anything to do with this collection whatsoever. She completely ignored me.
No, I know. I'm going to answer you. Hang on. I'm coming back.
I was looking at her talking. She's in another world. She just walked off.
I was just going for a little wander for some pens, but I can talk and walk at the same time, Joe.
Did you hear what I said?
I did hear what you said, and I think this paper pads could be used for a plethora of different reasons and designs, not just Christmas, in fact, because there's some beautiful generic and designs in there too, Mr. Remblance.
Thank you for that, Leanne.
Welcome.
You're doing a wonderful job. Yeah, so you can definitely get that without your Christmas crafting as well. Right, build a character I want to share with you next. These are absolutely fantastic. So she's going to have me after the show. This one here we've got is, she's nodding over there. We've got 2 different collections on these for you. Now, the brilliant thing about these is, well, they're an amazing deal. They've always been very popular whenever we brought them to you, but certainly not anywhere near this price. You're saving well over half here, which is brilliant. So in this particular collection, you'll get the polar bear, which allows you to make this beautiful little polar bear character here. You're also going to get in here as well the elf. Then there is the angel, and you've also got the penguin there as well. So they are the first option that you've got. So that's your first collection. There is a second collection. I can see 3 out of 4 of you so far going for both collections together. Very, very busy to get both of them. Equally good value. In here you've got the deer, you've also got the robin, and you've got the snowman in there as well. So you're going to get all, if you go for all of them, both collections, you get all 7 of these, which is absolutely fantastic. What a brilliant deal these are, Leanne, to get them. Well, you're saving more than you're spending, which is amazing.
Absolutely love these, and brilliant that they're on the launch party show today at the same time as our Santa's Kitchen range, because actually these fabulous little characters are going to work brilliantly with your Santa's Kitchen, because they're going to make amazing little character embellishments for your jars, for your tags, for your cards to go with, and they're going to be the perfect size. So I'm going to show you a little box that I'm going to make, and then we're going to take one of these little Santas and we're going to look at how we would pop that onto one of our other Santa's Kitchen creations, so that you can see all of these fab little characters will work brilliantly alongside the Santa's Kitchen that we've got for you today. So when you get this collection home, you get all of the pieces you need to cut the character, and we're going to cut the snowman. So you get all of the pieces you need to cut the character, plus you get a really fabulous sentiment, and this one is "Home is where the snow falls." Oh, I love that. We've got here his little buttons for the front of his tummy. I'm going to show you that there. So here's our little snowman. Little buttons for the front of his tummy and his face. his eyes and nose are also a little, his eyes and mouth, I beg your pardon, are also a little stamp on there. So you've got all of the pieces you need to bring your little character to life. So really easy to use, Joe. You just need a piece of white card and your die cutting machine. And in fact, this doesn't have to be your Gemini Junior. These are the perfect size for your mini as well. So if you've got your mini at home and you would like to use it, please do, because perfect size. So I'm just going to cut these little pieces out here because that's going to be my body. So I've got a piece of white card, I've got my Gemini Junior plates. There we go. Build up the rest of the sandwich on top. Move that to the side there. It's almost like the magnetic. There we go. Move that to the side, pop these through and cut them out. Now what you've also got in a die, and while this is just going through, I'll explain that to you. On this little die here, what you've also got is his hat, his scarf, you've got some holly, his nose, you've got all of the little pieces to make a robin, and you've got also the band to go on his hat. So all of the little decoration pieces you need. I would run that through again, and you can run it through in lots of different coloured cardstocks. You've got his arms as well. Lots of different coloured cardstocks if you want to, but in fact what I've done is just run it through in white, because I do like to colour them in with my markers and my sparkle pens. I think it gives a little bit of extra crafted look to it, is what I like to do. So I've done all of my pieces in plain white because I want to colour them up. So here we go. They're the 3 pieces that I've got for his body with those 3 dies there. I've lost a die somewhere, Joe. Oh, it's still on the pad. There it is. I found it. Here it is here. It's stuck on the thing. There we are. Thought, oh no, I've lost a die. Right, pop that there for later. So there's my 3 pieces of his body. So you can see, there we go, as we start to make him up. And then I'm going to colour the pieces that I need for the rest of the project. So I've got a piece of spare white card here just to act as a, so I don't mess up my craft mat. There we are. And so we're going to have his hat blue. Now what I've done on these ones, these little snowmen I've got here, actually these, I don't know if you can see the sparkle there, these have been coloured with sparkle pen. So you've got a lovely little sparkly shimmer on all of these accessory pieces. Looks absolutely gorgeous. But you can use your Illustrator or your Tri-Blend or your Classique if you want to. And I'm just going to use Illustrator. So I'm just going to take the white pieces that I've cut out and colour these up.
Lots of people loving these. Evelyn saying she loves the bear and the penguin. Monica loves the snowman as well. Carol saying what she's going to do is she's going to make up all the parts for several and then put them in little baggies and give them to her granddaughters so they can put them together and then hang them on their Christmas trees like a little sort of Christmas tree build it yourself type thing. That's a lovely idea.
I really love that idea, especially if maybe if you've had them out for a walk and you've collected maybe a twig. You know, like a twig, a big branch when a twig, not a twig, a branch. And then, so I've got a friend who did this, and she collected a branch and then she sprayed it. She put some white gesso on it, and we sell the gesso on our website.
How do you put gesso on a branch?
Just with a paintbrush.
Oh, I guess so.
Just paint it on. And it doesn't matter. Oh, Joe, you're a comedian. You didn't know it. Did you know you'd done that?
What?
I gesso. I put gesso on the branch. Did you do it on purpose, Joe?
No.
Yeah.
See, I thought you always called it gesso, whereas I always call it gesso. And now I'm confused whether it's gesso or gesso.
I call it gesso.
Do you? I just thought you said gesso.
I don't think so, did I?
I think you did.
Oh, did I?
I think you always call it. I think you always call it gesso and you don't even know you're doing it.
Oh. Well, we all can't.
We sound like an old married couple, is what we sound like right now.
We do. Do you know, we all can't be perfect, Joe, can we? Right, so I'm going to do the holly as well. So anyway, I'm going to finish telling you how to do the twig. So you paint it with your gesso.
Gesso.
Or your gesso, however you want to say it, tomato. And then you get a tin of our spray and sparkle and spray and sparkle it. And it goes really shiny, like glimmery, like snow. And then if you just put it in a pot with some, like in a plant pot, with some plaster of Paris to keep it still and upright. And then you can decorate the pot with your papers or paint it or whatever you want to. And then when you make these little characters, hang them on that.
Oh, cute.
Then the kids could hang that and make that as a fantastic Christmas decoration. I think it would be fabulous. It would look lovely, wouldn't it? So I've got my little robin here. So he's going to have a brown body. You see, I'm just colouring all the pieces that I did white and just using my alcohol markers. I've done his arms, Doing the little robin body now. So that's done. And then this little bit with a hole in, this is the robin eye and chest. So this is going to get done red. So I'll colour this up.
Now, I guess, could you just cut it with the papers, those coloured papers, or colour it up yourself? Does it matter which you do?
You could use coloured card if you want to. But then what you've got to do is, because all of those, I'll just show you. And this is just me for speed. And so this is what happens. So we gave you all of those pieces for the hat, the scarf, the nose, the holly, the robin body, the robin wing, the band for the hat, the arms, all of those pieces on one die, so you don't lose all of these tiny little pieces of die, because I lose them. If I've got every single one of those pieces as a tiny little die, I lose it and it becomes too fiddly. So we put it on one die so that you wouldn't lose it, but it does mean to get the different colours, you would need to run it through 2 or 3 times with a new colour of card for the bit that you want, which is why I just run it through once on white and then use my markers at home to colour in the pieces that I want. And I personally find that just makes it easier for me. I've lost his nose, Joe.
Oh, nose.
Yeah, I've lost his snoz.
Deborah wants to know, what is gesso/gesso?
Gesso/gesso is basically an artist material, and it's like, you know, when you undercoat your walls or you undercoat your gloss at home before you do your white paint work. So it's like a matte, opaque white which prepares your surface. It's like that for the artist community.
Like a sort of a paint/sealant almost.
Yes, but it doesn't seal it.
I mean,
but
yes.
It prepares.
Yeah.
It gives you a base to paint onto. Right, so
There's a special word, isn't there?
There is.
It'll come to us.
Yeah.
It's not going to come to us today, though.
It's not going to come to us today.
Knowing what we've been like in the last 3 hours, it's
It'll
not going
come to us in 2 weeks' time, and on a show, randomly, we'll shout the word at you, and you'll know what that word is.
It's the word for it is one of those things that you put on something and it makes it all one even surface. What is that word?
I don't know. What is that word?
Someone let us know, please, in the
comments.
comments.
Please do. Help us. We need it. We are definitely in need of help today. I'm just going to do my final little wing. I'm upset that I've lost his nose. I mean, you don't want to lose your nose, do you?
You really
don't want to lose your nose.
Although it would be, you'd stay a lot warmer in the winter if you didn't have a nose.
That would be very true.
Because your nose is always freezing.
Nose and feet. Nose and feet.
I'm all right. I've got really warm feet.
Have you?
Yeah, I don't know why they never get cold.
You don't get cold feet?
No.
Oh.
Don't ever get cold feet. Julie Thomas over on Facebook says, "Hi Joe, could you pass a message to Leann for me, please? I was chosen as the winner of a fantastic Crafters Companion hamper for when she recently achieved 16,000 followers on her page, and the hamper was a prize for the followers. Could you say a massive thank you to Leann, please? I was so excited to be chosen, and the contents were just brilliant. Everything was tremendous, so thank you so much, Leann."
Oh, Julie, I'm so pleased you got it, and I'm so pleased you loved it. Thank you very much for messaging, and I'm pleased it arrived. And have fun with all of the contents. That's lovely. Thank you very much.
We've got the word. We've got it.
What's the word?
It's a primer.
Primer. Did I not say primer?
Probably. I probably just didn't hear you.
Primer. That's the word. We're going to have gesso Tourette's, aren't we? And just start shouting undercoat, primer, at random times during the show. So we would stick together our little snowman body like this, and then you would start to dress him up with all of his bits. And I just want to show you his hat. So it also cuts the slot in the hat for you to slot over his head, so you can see then his hat fits perfectly. His head goes inside the hat, and then you would have the little band for the hat. I'm not going to glue these because you know I've got one already done. You don't need to see that. You've got his scarf. This scarf will go on. You've got the holly for the hat. You've got the little robin, which will be coming, I've got one stuck together, little robin, which could be an embellishment somewhere for him. And you've got his little arms. And so you can stick them on too. And this just makes your little snowman really come to life. So you would stick all of those bits together, and you would also use the stamps that come with, remember, to stamp on his little buttons and to stamp on his little face. And you can see that that bit there is now all complete. Then what I would do with this is I would stick it onto a little tag, put a little bit of twine through it, and then I've also made a little gift box with the same character on, with the lovely sentiment that comes in that collection, and I've filled it with...
Oh, this is cute.
The little snowmen tags, but in different colours. So you've got a snow family, and look, the robin goes in different places, on the end of his arm, down here on the ground, on the end of the different arm there, here, on his hat. no robin, but a pink hat. Here we go. And then this one will get added into that collection, and it's great to be able to give this as a little gift to somebody, so they've got all of their Christmas tags ready made up. Isn't that fabulous, Joe?
Oh, I love that. You know, I love a tag.
I love a tag. Now I'm just going to grab a card out of here. Let's just grab this one for argument's sake. So we've got this fabulous creation using our Santa's Kitchen collection, which is beautiful. But look, these are perfectly sized so that they can work alongside your Santa's Kitchen if that's what you want them to do. All of these little characters, and they can just embellish and accent all of your Santa's Kitchen designs and projects, and having all of those different little characters in there, which is your I've got some samples here if you want to see them. I don't know if I've got time.
Oh, you've got loads of time. Go for it.
Bless it. Everybody's been very generous to me today. Normally they've got their whip out.
Producer Johnny's very generous with his time today, isn't he?
No, really he is. I mean, he's the most generous producer we've got. Let's find these little boards here. Here we are, samples. So here we are. Look, you could do the little angel. How fabulous would that be on those Santa's Kitchen designs? This penguin would look incredible. The little teddy bear you've got there, and the little, I love that. That would be one of my, this one and the snowman, this little elf and the snowman are my two faves. And then we're back to the fairy. And so to give you an example of some of the cards that you can make using those fabulous dies, as you've just seen me do here, look at that beautiful inked background with our Harmony Water Reactive. Looks amazing with that little halo around the angel, doesn't it? Look, googly eyes on the bear. Get your googly eyes out. That's fantastic. Little elf. Die cut trees with your little penguin there. Cut the body out of the little characters in felt. So here the elf's got an actual felt dress. We've got the little parcels there as well. We've got more googly eyes coming up. Googly eye on the penguin. I love googly eyes. Just so much you can do. Use them one or do them. So you've got a pair, change the dresses. It could be sisters or friends or whoever it is. And of course you can do your little bears as well. And your penguins, especially if you're sending it to a couple. Brilliant to do the little penguins like that at the bottom.
They certainly are. Let me just remind you as well what you're getting in those two different collections. So, collection number one, both of them amazing value for money. Christmas. Christmas. Shall I start that again? That's what we're doing next. What is going on today, Leanne? We're going to have to start again, you know, in a minute if this carries on. Can you tell it's my first day back after 5 days off? You really can. Right, collection number one, that's what I was going for, has got the polar bear. It also has the elf. You're going to get the angel, and you're also going to get the penguin in there. £19 or $27. You're saving £28 or $40. It's amazing. There is a slightly smaller bundle for you. Now the reason this smaller bundle isn't in with the bigger bundle is because we have significantly less of the smaller ones. If you want the smaller one, you will need to be quick for it. It's got the deer in there, it's got the robin, and it's also got the snowman in there as well. £14 or $20 if you want to grab those. Of the smaller one that I said we had less of, half of that stock has now sold out and gone. Right, Vintage Christmas. This was a recent launch, and I must say it was one of the busiest recent launches I can remember. It was so incredible because it is such a great collection of things that we love. Let me actually take you through. Let me show you a few things that you're going to be able to do with the collection first, because I feel like I want you to see what is possible with this, because it is so gorgeous. So here is a beautiful box made using that Vintage Christmas. So you've got foliage die on there. You've got that wonderful sentiment die on there as well. Again, boxes are amazing with this. You've got the embossing folder that you're going to be able to use there. You've also got that sentiment in the middle, which is the Peace on Earth. Think about using the Peace on Earth with the frame dies that come with it, and also the foliage dies as well. Again, this beautiful poinsettia on here has been made using that foliage die, as you can see. It's just a beautiful, beautiful collection. You've then got this one just here, which has been done using the Stampin' die, and you've also then got the embossing folder there and more of the foliage. I love it. It's got the little red berries on there too. It is an amazing collection. If you love that real classic vintage Christmas, then this is definitely the collection for you. Let me just take you through what you're getting in this collection. So in this collection, you're going to receive the festive foliage. Now, the Festive Foliage and the Poinsettia Perfection, they are the two flower making dies that are available to you. So there they are. You're also then getting as well your word die. So you've got Peace on Earth. You've also got Christmas Wishes here as well. This next one is Season's Greetings. They're really lovely big words. And you've got Merry Christmas in here as well. You've then got the frame dies. Now these are great because they're like nesting dies, but super fancy, really intricate, very, very detailed as well. You've then got the Enchanted Ivy, which is a gorgeous border die. You also have the Festive Frame. Now this is beautiful, this Festive Frame, as you can see. It's a 6x6, so it's a cut and emboss folder, that one. And you've also then got some stamps in there as well. £62 or $90 is a great saving. Club Inspire Platinum members, you'll get another £12.40 off of this. You'll get another $18 off of this, of course, if you are in the US, which is brilliant. But it is in stock right now. It's ready to go. I don't think we'll be restocking this side of Christmas. So really great. If you want to get your hands on a collection, that I'm imagining will be the biggest is the word I'm looking for. Leanne, what's going on? The biggest collection we'll bring you, because obviously as bits sell out, we won't be reordering them. Right, should we move on to something else? Yeah. Should we move on to the Explorers kit? Now, it'll be coming up in this hour. It is our metallic markers crafting kit. Some of you will know this is our subscription box if you are across in the US. I know a lot of you maybe haven't completed your box collection. This is number 8 if you're missing one. If you're new to us here, or you're new to these boxes, they're amazing because they are a hobby in a box, really. What you've got in this one is you've got metallic markers, clear stamps, card blanks, you've got your die cut card blanks, envelopes, acetate sheets, mirror card, your printed card, you've got adhesive pearls, metal charms, vellum sheets and ribbons. Everything you need in there to make 24 complete cards. However, there is so much you will have left over, and you'll really be able to stretch this into hundreds of cards if you've got extra card blanks and envelopes that you're going to be able to use with this one just here. £20 or $20 if you want to go for that one. Let's see what you guys have been up to over on Facebook. Kimberly saying, I love Joe and Leanne together. Great smiles for 2 hours. We're not helping each other to out. Usually, Leanne, one of us can't talk, and then the other one sort of steps in and helps out. But it's one of those days today. I think, well, I was all right earlier, but this afternoon, that's it. We're finished.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I just don't know what's gone wrong with the pair of us. At least normally one of us is on the ball and making sure that the other one doesn't show themselves up dreadfully. But we're all in today, Joe. We are all in. Is
it both of our first day back? Were you off yesterday as well?
I worked from home yesterday and had a really long day actually, so I'm putting it down to exhaustion.
Okay. I don't know what I'm putting it down to. First day back. Heidi says, I have made a felt board for my kids many years ago. I would use the dies on felt so they can make up their own story on a board. Crafts Companion has so many dies that this would work with. It really does, but those builder characters would be great for that. Kathy's just put her order in for the kitchen stamps. Yay, she says. Suzette saying she can't wait for the vintage Christmas to arrive. She has her orders in. Sarah Brown, who is in Australia, she says she's excited to receive a Christmas collection as well. Deborah saying the first day back is always the hardest. Well, I'm only in for 3 days, so I'm gonna. There's not many days. I mean, by the time we get used to being here tomorrow, and then the next day I'll have the Friday feeling. We're back where we are again today. Hannah Needham says, absolutely adore my vintage Christmas collection. Been glued to it since I received it, and mixed a few of my other collections into it too. Hannah, if you've got it and you've been making some beautiful things with it, I'd love you to pop us a picture. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk is where you would need to send that into. I'd love to see what you've been making with that beautiful vintage Christmas. Now, talking of vintage Christmas, I know Leanne is ready to take you through it. Is this the first time you've had to get your hands on this, Leanne?
Oh, it is. I'm so excited. This is absolutely beautiful. It's so timeless and elegant and usable, but actually a lot of those elements that we've got left in the biggest kit that's ever going to be back again, as Joe was explaining earlier, very eloquently, I mean, really. You were almost like a poet laureate, honestly, you were. It was just so impressive, it was ridiculous. These are going to be usable not just for Christmas. They're really lovely designs, and actually there's some really intricate ones in here as well. And the poinsettia die makes a lovely lily. if you do it in lovely white and pink tones. So very, very, very usable. I'm going to show you the cut and emboss folder because I just think it's glorious. So this is a 6x6 cut and emboss folder that we've got here. And I'm going to use it with a piece of our matte mirror card. So I've got a piece of that somewhere here. There it is, found it. So I've got a piece of matte mirror card and I want the embossed design to be on the gold side. So I put the white side down against the plain side of the folder, cut to size 6x6, and then I fold my folder over the top so that the printed side of the folder is there, and that's how you will get your embossed design coming through on the piece of matte mirror card. Pop it into your sandwich and then pop it through your machine, and you'll see that that 6x6 cut and emboss folder is the perfect size for your junior plates as well. You don't need to have your Gemini for this if you don't want to, or you could use your junior plates in the Gemini, but which ways work both ways equally as well. So we run it through, and then when I open it up, look how fabulous that is. The deep emboss on there is absolutely incredible. And then when you pop your middle out, you've also got, you can see that lovely frame that cuts on the inside. I've then done it a second time and then just taken my craft knife and cut in half. So I've got a half frame as well for inside my easel. I love this. This is like theatre curtains with, it's actually got those beads on that we were talking about for Christmas trees the other day, Joe.
The ones that you love?
Strings of beads, the ones that I don't like. Those ones. Actually, do you know, I don't mind them if they're glass.
Glass, okay.
Yes, glass.
As in like see-through ones?
Or even coloured glass.
Coloured glass, darling.
It's the plastic ones I'm not a fan of.
My mum's were, yeah, always plastic.
Were they? Well, you know, each to their own. My friend puts popcorn on her tree.
Popcorn?
Yes, she pops some popcorn.
Loose?
No, she strings it. She sits one night, so she pops a load of popcorn, and then her and the children one night will sit with a needle and thread and string the popcorn onto strings and then put it on the tree. And actually it looked really nice. And she sprays it with a bit of glitter and a bit of gold spray, and do you know what? It looked really lovely. I quite liked it. I was surprised.
I just can imagine getting in the pub from the pub Christmas Eve and someone trying to nibble it when there's no snacks around. The fridge is locked because it's got the Christmas dinner in it.
dinner on the tree.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got my easel card ready. I've just put that together with my tape pen. You've seen us do that lots of times before. So what I'm going to do now is put just a nice piece of decorative paper behind that aperture to give it a little bit of colour. And I'm going to use my Santa's Kitchen paper pad.
Lovely.
And I really like this, so I'm going to use that, and I think I'm going to use this lovely holly design. And then what I'm going to do, Joe, if you can bear with me a second, is I'm going to scoot over to my Harmony Water Reactive ink pads.
I can
just
bear
doing
with
that
you.
now. I'm scooting.
If you she's scooting. If you want the paper pad, it's available on its own individually. They're $14.99 or $19.99. Christine Mahoney let me know that she had, I think it was 4. She said 4 or 5. Oh no, she got 4 extras of this one because she already has 8 that are of a similar theme. So yeah, just 4 for Christine for this one. Christine is our resident paper stroker from upstate New York, which is fantastic. So in the comments we've been asking, do you put popcorn on your tree? M says, no, popcorn goes in your tummy or in an air-tight container, not on the tree. Maybe. What have you ever eaten? Something I heard about last year for the first time, chocolate dipped Brussels sprouts.
Pardon? No.
Chocolate dipped Brussels sprouts.
No. That's like deep fried Mars bars.
Oh, I had a deep fried Mars bar just yesterday. Well, I didn't have a whole one. I went out to a very fancy restaurant for lunch yesterday, and it was basically a modern sort of haute cuisine interpretation of a fish and chip shop. So there was like 6 tiny courses that were all different sort of bits from a fish and chip shop menu, and one of them was deep fried Mars bar.
No. Definitely no chocolate on Brussels
Have you
sprouts.
had a deep fried Mars bar?
No. What you're going to say, don't knock until you've tried it?
Yeah, it is delicious.
Are they really? I mean, surely not. Really? Well, do you know what, Joe? Next time we're out and they're selling deep fried Mars bars, I'll try one just for you.
Okay, thank you. Oh, well, they do them in the chippy in our village, so maybe I'll bring you one. I can't imagine they travel very well.
No, I can't imagine they keep very well.
Monica says, yes, I have popcorn, then a cranberry, all on a long string to hang on the tree. Apparently this is a thing, Leanne. Janine says, yes, I do. My daughter always tries to eat it. So apparently putting popcorn on the tree is a thing.
Well, I never knew. Isn't that good to learn? And do you know what? When I went around to see our tree, she told me she was doing this, popcorn threading with the kids for the tree. And I thought, oh, that's not going to look very good. And then, but I didn't say anything. And then I went round and I was mightily impressed. It did look really, really lovely, I have to say. Now, look what I'm doing here, Joe. I'm using my Sandstorm Harmony Water Reactive ink pad because I want to make this piece of paper from Santa's kitchen look a little bit more vintage in terms of the vintage Christmas that we're working with now. So I'm actually able to take the bright white background of the Santa's kitchen, and with my Sandstorm Harmony Water Reactive, because my scrapbook papers take the ink really well, I'm able to just vintage this up a little bit and have it so that it'll all tie in with the design that I'm putting together for the vintage Christmas.
Carol Black says if the dogs would eat the tree if there was popcorn on it.
Yeah, mine would too, actually. Especially Tink. She's a greedy little thing, honestly.
Who's the overly friendly one?
Minnie.
Minnie. Yeah, I love Minnie.
Minnie's very friendly.
She is, isn't she?
Yes, she is. She loves everybody. And Tink is the greedy one. Tink's the one that looks like a little barrel with Yoda ears.
That sounds cute. She is cute, that's why.
And Minnie is the one that is everybody's best friend. She's very good. They've been away, so we've been to see our son and his partner, and so they've been to stay with Jen, who is our dog minder, when we're away.
Oh.
And they get spoiled rotten, they do. She's got 2 little boys though, and when they came home yesterday, I have to say they both looked pleased.
They both looked pleased to come home.
They looked pleased for some peace and quiet.
Oh.
Bless them. They did. We
Too
missed
much
them.
playing.
Too much playing. She's really good with, they just go to our home and they are part of the family when they're there, which is just such a load off our mind. We don't have to worry about them at all when we're away.
Diane saying Brussels sprouts and chocolate. No, that's yuck. Ben saying as well, no to chocolate dipped Brussels sprouts. Absolutely not. Not a lot of love for the chocolate dipped Brussels sprouts. More love for the popcorn on the trees.
Good. Well, we're all on the same page, which is excellent. So I'm just going round with my out of this world deal on the Aperture. And I'm now going to stick behind my piece of vintaged up Santa's kitchen paper. So that pops through the Aperture there. And look at the difference. And
love that.
Isn't that lovely? Just by putting a little bit of the Sandstorm on there. If I'd put it in with just the white, I'm just going to pick this up and show you. With just the white paper, would have been too stark. Look at the difference just doing a little bit of Sandstorm. So, use your Santa's kitchen pad and just think about using your inks just to give it that little bit of an aged look, and it will work really well. So I can start now to assemble my project, and I'm going to use my Collal All-Purpose for that. So I'm going to put this on the front of my card. I could just use my tape pen, but I'm going to use my Collal All-Purpose because I've got 2 layers. So the reason I'm using my Collal All-Purpose is because I've already taped pen that bit of paper on there. So I wanted to get a really good hold, and I want the glue to go over both layers. So Collal All-Purpose is getting put on there.
You'll find the Collal All-Purpose on the website. Don't forget, the tape runners, they are your out of this world deal today. So they'll only hold for 24 hours, that deal. So if you do want to grab it, then do be quick for those. It's there on the screen for you. So what are we calling this style of card? Is it a...
This is an easel.
It's an easel card, sorry.
It's an easel card, yes, absolutely it is. I do love an easel card, Joe. It allows you to display it really well. It looks like a piece of artwork. It doesn't just look like a regular card. I just think it adds a little bit of... it's rare that I do if I'm do a half fold now, it'll be a tent fold or an easel. Because I really do how they look. And then on the back of this one, you see I've whipped off the bit of paper that I had pre-prepared because I wanted to match the paper that I've put on the front. I've got another piece of my Santa's Kitchen, which I have vintaged up, so you can see that carries the design on the inside. and that's going to get glued at the bottom there. So that just gets glued here. Now I don't know if we've got the Santa stamp and die in that collection, have we, Joe?
We do not, no.
Okay. So I've got the Santa here as part of this pre-prepared card, but actually what you could do, and I'll not pull one of the other samples to pieces, but you could use those little characters. You know, the little characters that build a character.
The little penguin or something?
Yeah,
or
the little
elf?
penguin. And what I would say is the elf would look fantastic. Use your vintage colours again. So, you know, like with the penguin, what you would do is put a little bit of sandstone colouring and then maybe do him a craft hat and he would work on here. Do your elf in the lovely holly greens, berry reds, and do a lovely russet hair. She'll work on that. Just change your colours up and put a little bit of Sandstorm ink on it from your Harmony Water Reactive, and that'll make your toppers look very vintage, and then they'll work with the rest of the collection. Will absolutely revitalise some of the stuff that you've got and been using at home. So I've got my card front ready, and then what I would do is I'd pop my little Santa on there. Could be one of your characters that we were just talking about. I've got a little sentiment, I've got some foliage that will dress it up there, and then I would have just a little ribbon inside to use as my stopper for my easel card, and that would finish the whole thing up that you can see there. Looks really good, but again, if you haven't got your Santa, use one of your builder characters and just use your Sandstorm ink, as I did on the bit of paper here, just to make something which is more contemporary in colour look more vintage.
Oh, now let me just quickly, they are beautiful there, Leanne. I just want to quickly show you a few of the other bits that we've got that you can make from this collection as well. This beautiful collection of boxes that we've got just here, really gorgeous. You've got that lovely lid there, but look at these boxes then that are inside in here. They are absolutely stunning. So you've got the beautiful floral elements on there. You've got that wonderful Merry Christmas element on there as well. I just think they are absolutely wonderful. This could be a little chest of goodies, couldn't it? There could be some very fancy teas in here maybe, and or a few Turkish delights, I'm thinking. You get lots of beautiful things in there. It really is going to be wonderful, not just for your card making, of course, for all of your different scrapbooking as well. You know how bad I am at putting things back together. I think I've just about got it. Have I done it? Yes, I have. There we are. Let me share with you some of the other stuff as well that you've got in here. Wonderful shaker cards that you're going to be able to make for yourself. These boxes, which are just so beautiful, that Sarah's making when we launched this collection there, as you can see, brilliant sentiments. Again, a real sort of vintage Christmas feel with this. It's been very, very popular since we've launched it. If you want the most comprehensive selection we're probably going to have in this side of Christmas, that was the word, Leanne, that I couldn't find earlier. Comprehensive, that was the one I was looking for. Then this is definitely the one for you. Let me just quickly whiz you through the elements that you're getting in here. So you're going to get this one here, which is your Poinsettia Perfection. You've also got the festive foliage is coming to you. Then you've got your words. So you've got Merry Christmas. You've also got Season's Greetings. There is Christmas Wishes. You've then got Peace and Joy, which is this one here, as well as your Yuletide Frames, which is your metal die. You've then got your cut and emboss folder in there too. And finally, you've got your stamps in there. All of that coming to you for £62 or $90, which is fantastic. Everyone can use, of course, their Club Inspired discount on there as well. Oh, I nearly shortchanged you. There's one more. You're also going to get the Enchanted Ivy as well, which is that wonderful border die that you've got just there. Now, I'm just going to quickly grab Santa's kitchen again because it is so busy there. That is where we are going to go back to. Now, this is a brilliant collection for you. So you've got 4 individual stamp and die collections within here firstly. So you've got Sweet Season Wishes, which is this one just here. You've then got, of course, in there, you're going to get the homemade hot chocolate recipe in there, as well as the mug and everything else you need to make a gorgeous project. You've then got this one. Now this is your Comfort, Joy and Cookies with the homemade cookie recipe. None of these are actually tried and tested, genuine recipes that you can either make things up with and gift them, or you could just give someone the recipe along with the ingredients to make them. There's loads of different options, from box making to having these as wonderful tags, or still of course making them up as wonderful card projects, maybe even with the loose element being that recipe. This one is a sugar and spice, and this one has the homemade chocolate brownies on here. Delicious, do love a chocolate brownie. And then finally, This one here is Baking Spirits Bright. I've got sprouts on the brain because I almost read that as Baking Sprouts Bright, which is not what that is. It's Baking Spirits Bright. And this one, of course, has got those homemade fruit muffins on there. Going to be absolutely delicious, those. And you've got everything you need in there to make those gorgeous jars. Wonderful little embellishing dies within there as well. £56 or $75. That's not all it gets you though, of course, because you are then going to get that gorgeous paper pad. Now this paper pad can be used in conjunction with these stamps and dies. It can be used on its own. You do get one in the collection. I can see a lot of you are ordering the whole collection and then going for an extra paper pad as well. So you've got some more modern prints and designs in here. You've got those lovely ginghams. Love that candy cane. That one's beautiful. What did you call that, the name of that one again?
I think
candy stripe, did
candy
you call it?
stripe.
Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it? Really, really classic. You've then got some checks and you've got some stars, some snowflakes, poinsettias, and finishing off with that gorgeous holly. It's a really, really beautiful paper pad. You also get, don't forget, because they make such beautiful tags, you've also got the ribbons in there as well that you'll need to add onto there should you wish. £56 or $75 gets you all of that, saving you over £20 or over $30. It really is a brilliant collection. A lot of you saying, just talking about Vintage Christmas, how much you love it. Laurie was saying how she loves how rich the cards were. Monica as well loves the boxes. They were beautiful. Deborah saying, it just occurred to me how wonderful to make a Christmas puzzle with one of the Santa papers and making the matching box. What a great idea that is. And the colours blend so well together, says Diane. Everything fits together too. Loving that vintage look. Lots of love for the vintage look. Lots of love as well for our Christmas kit, our Santa's kitchen. Do you think Santa can cook? I didn't have him down as being a dab hand in the kitchen, you know.
No, I think Santa owns the kitchen and Mrs. Claus does the cooking.
Yeah, I reckon so.
It's a bit like the Chivers household.
Right, okay.
Really, I think it really is a bit like the Chivers household. Now, we're going to have a look at how to use this new collection, this next collection that I love, which is Comfort, Joy and Cookies. Oh, we all need a cookie in our lives. Absolutely glorious. Now, what we're going to be making is this little chocolate cookie gift. How fabulous to be able to make the cookies, give the recipe with the label on, do the little tag to close it up and keep it all sealed, and embellish it as well. So we're going to have a look at how we can use our dies and our stamps to make this gift. And I'm going to hide the cookies from Joe because he'll absolutely pinch them when we're not looking. Now, to have a look at the sentiments, I might give him one if he's good. To have a look at the sentiments that we've got in here, because I really do love these too. 'Tis the season to bake cookies. It's always the season to bake cookies. Tidings of comfort, joy and cookies. Or cookies. I always say ooh because of where I come from in the northeast of England here, but you might say it a little bit differently. Baked with Christmas magic. And homemade cookies, Santa approved. Absolutely fantastic. And then we've got an actual cookie on there, and we've got the fabulous recipe that we need too. So that's what's on your stamps. And then on your dies, you've got all of the little frame pieces that we had before. You've got 3 pieces to make a little tree, which we'll look at. You've got the outline for the cookie, so you can cut little cookies out if you want to. And then we've got the little tops and bottoms for all of the different little tag and frame shapes that we've been looking at as we've been making different things. So I'm going to show you how to use this tag top, which is a lovely kind of present bow, to make the folded topper for your sweet treat gift. So as I take that, here he is. Don't tell him we've got open bags of cookies over here.
Bags of what now?
Cookies. No, nothing to see here, Joe Remblance. Nothing to see here. Right. So what I'm going to do is take off this lovely little present with the bow at the top, and then what I've got is a piece of card. And this piece of card is, do you know what, the dimension doesn't really matter as long as it's folded in half, but just so you know what I've done, and I'll convert it to inches for you. This is 12.5 centimetres by 14 centimetres, which is roughly 5 inches by 4 inches, roughly. And then what I've done is take my scoring tool and I've scored into the centre here and in here, but I've left this little area blank because this is where my little tag is going to line up. So basically the space I've left in the middle is the exact width of this space here on my little tag top. So you could put that down and pencil mark it if you wanted to. Scored into that mark, scored into that mark. Then I'm going to take my Gemini Junior plate, and I'm going to get some repositionable tape. So pop that down, and then cutting into there, I'm going to make sure that those two little legs of that tag match up with the score line there in the centre. So it matches up there and there. And then I'm going to tape that down. And I'm just going to tape it gently. I would take a little bit more of that sticky off actually when it comes to it, just so that you don't take the surface off. This is stamping card, just plain white stamping card.
Awesome.
300 GSM, because you want the top of your cookie bag to have some substance and to be able to hold the weight of the cookies when it gets carried. So then just make up the rest of your plate configuration and pop that through your die cutting machine.
Awesome. Very, very busy on this collection. Pretty much everyone going for the big collection itself. Now, if you did want to mix and match across the stamps and dies element, you can get any two for 25 or 35, but pretty much everyone going for the larger collection. I think it makes sense, especially when you get that beautiful paper pad, doesn't it, Leanne?
Oh, yes, 100%. The paper pad is incredible and very, very usable. I adore it. And like I said, you know, just because they are very fresh, the colours in there, doesn't mean that you can't use them in a vintage way by doing a little bit of inking in the background, because actually the candy stripe and the candy cane done with a little bit of vintage inking in the background would also look really, really lovely. Right, so we've cut that out. So you can see I matched it up to the half fold score lines. Take my tag off there now. So now that when I fold this in half, what happens, because this doesn't cut on the bottom edge, it's just for the tag top, it actually is a little edgeable. And it creates me a little edgeable top that will pop up and give me that lovely little relief at the top of my gift. I like that. It's good, isn't it? Just another way of using that little tag shape. So I've got one of those ready. And then I've got pieces of my paper pad, and you see I've edged them with my sandstorm again. So I've just gone round with my ink pad and just given it a little bit of an edge. Now, what you can also do is stamp your sentiments on here. I've got one already done, but I thought it might be nice for you to see one being stamped. And we'll do it in a little bit of a different colour so you can see the difference. So I've got my piece of paper, and then I'm bringing in my stamping platform again. And I'm going to use my magnets just to keep this still. And we're going to use the, well, on the one that we've done there, I've done homemade cookie Santa approved. Yeah, we're going to use that one because it's going to get some cookies in it. Joe, cookies or cookies?
Cookies.
In the northeast here, we say a lot, well, not everybody, but a lot of us, people from Durham, say ooh.
Cookies.
Yeah, cookies. I do all the time. I've got book, kook. Yeah, all the time.
What do you say, Johnny? What does Johnny say in the gallery? So would it be cookies or cookies? Cookie for Johnny. Oh, that's strange, isn't it? Because Johnny's from Darlington, which is probably only about 12, 15 miles between Durham and Darlington. I wonder what people in Newcastle would say if that was kooky or cookie.
I think that's more of an ooh, like I do it.
Kooky.
Kooky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you what, there's a lot of accents in the UK, but I don't know what happened. I feel like a lot of them got pushed into the northeast because there must be, I reckon there's as many accents in the northeast as there is like in the rest of the UK combined. Yeah. Yeah,
you wouldn't be wrong, because actually I can tell by listening to somebody talk if they're from Newcastle, if they're from Northumberland, if they're from Sunderland, if they're from Darlington, if they're from Middlesbrough.
Well, before I moved up here, they were all kind of one for me. Yeah. But I can now distinguish definitely between Newcastle, Durham and Darlington, which is unbelievable considering they're within like 30 miles of each other.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it? Right, so I've stamped that on there. Now I did it on the other version. I did it in the more Fryer brown colour, but I've done it in the seal brown colour here, and you just get a different look. So you can use any of those quick dry ink pads you want to use. So stamp your sentiment on. You see how your platform really helps with that, and then we'll start to decorate this up. So I'm going to use my out of this world deal.
Oh yes, it only lasts for 24 hours, that deal, so you need to be quick for it. 6 for the price of 5, which is amazing considering how long they've been out of stock. Months, wasn't it, Leanne?
It was, absolutely. It was just very difficult to get anything sent over, wasn't it, with this, you know, the situation we had. So yes, brilliant that we've got them now. And we did get a lot, but don't sit on your laurels because they always fly. Okay, so I've done that there, and then I'm going to do the same on the reverse. So I'm going to use this piece here and do the same on the reverse, so that it hides this little bit that I've cut out there. So instead of taping the piece of paper, because I don't want it to stick, to stick this down flat, I'm just going to come around the outside here with my tape pen to the areas that I want it glued, and then put this over the top. And then I've got a little homemade cookie, Santa's approved, on the front and the back of my packet.
Bernadette has opened up a Pandora's box in the comments, because she says, Leanne, I thought cookies were called biscuits in the UK.
Oh,
well, that's a good point, because they are. We do have biscuits, but big flat biscuits, large flat biscuits that are thinner than our regular biscuits, that are a bit more chewy, we would call them a cookie. That's a chocolate chip cookie, isn't it?
So this is a cookie, but anything else other than that, which is round with some kind of chip in, is a biscuit.
Yeah. See, I'd say that's a chocolate chip biscuit still, that.
Would you?
Yeah, because a cookie to me is flatter, less crunchy and a bit more chewy.
Would you say? Okay, I would still call that a cookie.
Okay.
But anything else, like a custard cream, a jammy dodger, a malted milk, a digestive, any of those.
A Garibaldi.
A Garibaldi.
A fig roll.
I love a Garibaldi. Fig roll.
Yep.
A party ring.
A
love
hobnob.
A party ring. Hobnob.
Love a chocolate hobnob.
Rich tea.
Rich Nice biscuits.
Oh, a Nice biscuit.
Have we missed any?
I don't know. No. Did I say malted milk?
You did say malted milk.
All of those biscuits.
A bourbon.
I don't like a bourbon.
Do you not?
No. No, I'm
Johnny
not,
likes
I'm
a
not
big
a bourbon. So you get big bourbons.
Big biscuits.
In that coffee shop.
Yeah.
Can I say which one?
Yeah.
Good. Starbucks. Was it Starbucks
is it that one? No, it's Costa.
No, it's Costa. Sorry, Starbucks. Anyway, that one. So what I've done is stamp my recipe in the same ink pad that I've used as part of my little topper. You could use the darker one if you wanted to. And then what I've done is take the little frames, exactly as I did for the aperture in the box lid. I'm going to take the frame and then line that up around, run it through the junior, and then do the same with a piece of the green paper with the bigger frame. So here's the bigger frame. Same with a piece of gingham paper. Run that through this way and this way. This way or this way? This way. There we go. Get it right, Leanne. There we are. That way and that way. And so the little one would be this way. There we are. There and then there. And then when I've done that, I've got the perfect... Put these away before I lose them. Just chatting to myself now as well. I get all the right answers that way. Then I get the perfect matten layer, and I can stick those together, which gives me my lovely plaque for my bag. So let's stick those together using my tape pen. There we go.
Bernadette says, who is it? Ange saying, here in northern Indiana, we elongate the O's.
Oh.
So cookie becomes cookie.
Cookie.
Yeah.
Oh.
And book becomes book.
I like that's a good accent.
Spoon becomes spoon. So it's all the O's get longer. I'm presuming I'm doing it right.
That sounded very authentic to me, Joe.
It did, didn't it?
Yeah.
Valerie saying, Leanne, I love your accent. Don't change a thing.
Oh, thank you, Valerie. Now, what I've also, that's really kind. I don't think everybody thinks the same, but thank you very much. So what I've got here is on the reverse of my gingham, I've got this lovely green colour. So I take my 3 tree pieces, and then on the reverse of one, so this is good for using all of your little scraps, and which is why we put the lovely plain colours on the background. On the back of a little bit of star, do that. So this is going to give me the pieces to make a tree as a little embellishment on here. And you can see there's my little pieces once they're cut out, using the papers with those dies that come in the same collection. And I've done exactly the same again. I've just done a little bit of sandstorm ink just around the edges to make that a little bit more 3D so it pops. And then we would just assemble the tree on here. And I'm going to do that. I've got it on a piece of sticky here. You could do it with your 3D glue gel if you wanted to, if you wanted it to be more 3D. So we take the large piece, then the smaller, and overlap it a little bit. I probably needed to come up to get this. I was going to call it the tree stalk. The tree trunk. It's not a stalk, is it, Joe? It's a trunk.
A stump.
That's it there. Pop that on there.
Lynn saying she loves a Lotus Biscoff biscuit. Now, I've got to share something, a very controversial opinion with you. I think Lotus Biscoff biscuits are exceedingly overrated.
Yes, I would agree.
And they're in everything.
Yeah. Do you know what, Joe? I'm with you on that.
But I feel like I'm in the minority there.
No, I'm with you on that, Joe.
If you are thinking in the US, how can we explain? I'm not sure you have them in the US. They're basically like a very small, quite dry caramel flavoured biscuit. They don't have any like filling. They're just the actual biscuit. They're very sweet, aren't they? You get them. You get them if you went to Spain with your coffee. That's how I remember them as a kid.
And in Holland, in the lounge when you fly, and they're called Spekaloo.
Spekaloo.
Yeah, Spekaloo tastes exactly like a Biscoff.
Oh, Spekaloo.
Spekaloo.
Also, what is the beautiful biscuits that's not biscuits that they have in Holland? Is it stroopwafels?
Stroopwafel.
Oh.
Waffle. You've got to say waffle.
Waffle.
Stroopwafel.
Stroopwafel. Okay, yes, not a waffle, it's a waffle.
Not a waffle, it's a waffle. Christine
Koppenrath. Yes.
She'll let you know.
She will.
Stroopwafel. Right, okay, so I've got my little plaque. Now, I've got one of those card bags that we just put our projects in when we're sending out cards. So that's ready. That's going to get my cookies in a second. And I'm just going to stick my little recipe plaque that I've made on the front of there. There we go. Stick that the right way up.
Tony Roosh now wants to know, what is a digestive biscuit? I've heard of it before. Why is it called that? It's got, I don't know, is it marketed as being like good for your digestion or something? Because it's just a biscuit.
I have no idea. It's just a...
It's a very crumbly biscuit. If you went round someone's house and they said, do you want a biscuit? And they gave you either a rich tea or a digestive, I'd leave. I'd just leave.
Controversial. I tell you what it's a bit like. It's a bit like a graham cracker, like a graham cracker.
Ah, yes.
It's a bit like a graham cracker, a digestive. So I've got my cookies here, and my cookies. Would you like one left out, Joe?
Oh, yes, of course.
I'll leave you one out.
Thank you.
No problem. Are going in the bag. Oh, isn't this? Now these would be what? So I'm leaving that one there for Joe. There you go. That's for later, just to keep you going till you get your tea made.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you.
Your tea made. And then
tea is dinner for anyone that's not from the northeast.
Yes, that's true. Tea is dinner. Oh, there's another whole hornet's nest that we're opening up. So these would be the actual cookies I would do that I've made using the recipe that's on the front. Recipe that's on the front. And then I'll just tape this down just a little bit here at the top so that they keep nice and fresh. Glue that down. And then you would take the little topper that we've just made. That fits over the width of the bag there. And then just two little staples, a staple here and a staple here, will keep that closed. A little bit of ribbon on the top, and you've got a lovely little gift to give somebody, haven't you? With a gift that you've baked and then given them the recipe as well, and it looks lovely. And I think, you know, when you look at this beside these jars that I did, that we've got the royal we, of course, that have been made. And when we look at that, I'm going to lift it over here so you can see. There you go. So when you look at those little bags of cookies against these fabulous jars that we've made as well, imagine if you're doing Christmas fairs, or if you're selling, and even if you're doing that on your Facebook pages and you're selling gifts for Christmas and you're making things, being able to display these and do this. These are all Crafter's Companion designs, so you don't need to worry about that. You can make and sell these for a profit for Christmas or to give for gifts. So if you're wanting to set yourself up a little cottage industry, what could look more professional than that? I love it.
It's absolutely brilliant. There's a lot of chat. People are saying, you guys are crazy. That is a lot of names for cookies, says Katie. And then, Ange says, yes, Joe, well done on the imitation of the Northern Indiana accent. It was very good, apparently. Winning. I'll add that to the repertoire. Rachel says, I love a Biscoff. The dog loves them too. The big ones of them are great. I am in the minority. I know. You can even buy like the Biscoff spread, can't you? Which is the bit that's made out of biscuits. There's all sorts of naughtiness available in our supermarkets. Evelyn, it says Evelyn Cooper Stroopwafels. I don't think that's actually her name. I think she's talking about Stroopwafels and it's got a bit confused. If that is your name, Evelyn, then that is a killer name. She says, Stroopwafels are my favourite, warmed over a cup of coffee. Had one yesterday afternoon. Oh. And Kay says, are the bags from Crafter's Companion, or are they in the kit? I'm guessing the bag that you used for the cookies is just a regular cello bag, is it?
Just a regular cello bag can get them
Was
everywhere.
you eating a cookie there? Did I catch you?
Sorry?
Were you eating a cookie there? Did
No.
I catch you? I thought it was in your hand just there.
No.
No, what is that?
That's a die that
Oh, okay.
nearly is going to fall on the floor and I'm looking for the packet to put it in.
I thought it was my cookie you had. Right, anyway, I need to share with you something else. I know we don't have long left on the show, but we need to talk about our Explorers kit because it is so incredibly busy at the moment. It is one of your all-time favourite ones as well. It's the metallic marker ones. What happens is we secure a number of these kits and they are often, they'll go to the HSN auto ship or the subscription service. Depending on how many go and how popular the kit is, we get then what is left over. And I must say the metallic marker one was an exceptionally popular instalment. So we didn't really have many of them. We have got a few more of them back in stock now, but we don't have anywhere near as many as we would want. So if you want it, get it whilst it's on that fantastic price, £20 or $20. There's no really other way of getting hold of this now other than going for it from us here at Crafters TV individually. There's loads in it, but I'm going to let Leanne take you through. Like you're a Instagram influencer and you've just had like a big shopping haul come. You can do an unboxing video, Leanne.
Oh, I've always wanted to do one of those, but I'm not that clever. So we'll just do it with this fantastic metallic marker kit. So obviously it comes in this beautiful box you can see here, and the box is brilliant for storage. So keep all of your bits in, don't throw your box away. It's really good quality. Put all of your pieces back in here while you're using it. And then what I do is I keep all of the projects that I've made with the contents of my box in the box when I'm done with it, and then I use them to give to people because it just really is fab. So it opens up and you've got a lovely little welcome to your new project kit from our beautiful Sarah Davies. I love that picture of some of my favourites of Sarah. She looks gorgeous on there. And then you get your little thank you card as well. So we say thank you for your purchase, and then we give you also a website to go to, because with each of these kits there is exclusive video content to teach you step by step, our Sarah herself teaching you how to use and put together the entire content of the box. So keep this and follow that little link and it'll take you to all of the exclusive video content. We then unwrap our Crafters Companion fabulous tissue paper, and everything you get in the box is revealed to you. So you get a lovely sheet of pearls. We've already been colouring these. I'm going to show you how in a sec. So you get your sheet of pearls, which are customisable in colour. You can see here we've changed this to silver, gold, pink and green metallic using the markers that come in the box. You've got 2 sets of beautiful designed stamps, both 6x6 in size. These would be selling about £9 each, £9 to £10 each for a set.
The whole value of the box right there.
Just in those 2 sheets of stamps there, Joe. And that is regular high street price you would pay for sheets of stamps of that size with that quantity and that quality. You then get all of your packets of your little cards. So you get your white cards and envelopes, you get all of your little card blanks, you get them in white and black because metallic markers work best on black card. You then get your pieces of acetate as well because metallic markers work fantastic on acetate. You get all of your frame cards, which you can use your pre-cut pieces of acetate behind to colour and stick behind your apertures, so you can do your lovely designs in there. You get all of your mirror card in here as well, all in different sizes again to work because you can use your metallic markers on those. These are just some of the cards that we've already taken out of the envelopes, you can see there. You also get your vellum. You also get some ribbon because you can colour your ribbon with your metallic markers, and you get some plain pieces of white card and black card for your different projects. You also get your little packet of metal charms because they can also be coloured with your metallic markers, I beg your pardon. And you get your 4 metallic markers in here. And these metallic markers, you need to check on the website, but I think for 6 markers you pay, I think it's about £12, $15. And you've got 4 of these markers in this kit for you. So you're already way and above the value of the kit in the box just with your stamps and your markers, not including everything else that's in here. These are fabulous because they're twin-ended, and the twin end means that you've got a fabulous brush on one end and then you've got your fine detail on the other end, which allows you to do your colouring and your stamping. And just in the most simplest way to show you, if I just take one of my white pearls here, you can see with my metallic marker that I can colour over that pearl, and I've made that now a metallic green pearl instantly. And that's because in here you have got a pigment, which is a naturally occurring mineral. You've got a binder, but you've also got real liquid metal in here, which allows you to get these fabulous metallic results on surfaces other than you'd be able to use any of your other markers. So all of your shiny surfaces you can use these with as well. If I just grab the little, what you call them? Metal charms, that's the word I'm looking for, metal charm. I'll show you how you can colour one of these as well. Because with your other markers, like your alcohol markers, you can colour them. But what happens with that is it remains transparent. Because these are an opaque metallic marker, you don't get that transparency. Oh, well, look, there's one already done with the pink. So that was silver before, and it's being coloured in with the pink marker. Let's grab a butterfly. Or something else, whatever I can get my finger on. That one, that'll do nicely. Have I got time to colour this in?
You
so
certainly have.
Black.
A lot of love for these. Jean says, I love these kits. They are great inspiration. Yolanda says, I love the sub boxes. It's a great deal as well, says Michelle. Lots of you have got these and love them. Emma asks if I've tried Tim Tams. Oh, yes, I've tried Tim Tams.
Well,
have you had a Tim Tam?
Yes.
Leanne? I
have had a Tim Tam. I think they're just like a penguin.
Did you nibble each corner off and then suck your tea up through the middle?
I did.
And then slam the tam. That's what it's called when you then push it in.
I felt very decadent.
I felt a bit dirty, honestly. But
yes. Well, I was going to say that, but I didn't like to. But yes, I did, and I thoroughly enjoyed the experience, I have to say.
When I went to Australia for the first time, I bought 26 packets of Tim Tams home with me for friends.
Did you?
Yeah, 26 packets.
I didn't get a packet.
We didn't. We did know each other then.
We did.
We were on hiatus then.
We did know each other. We've known each other for nearly 10 years.
We did. That's true.
So there we go. I've coloured this charm, and I've done it with my pink metallic marker. So I've changed it from a plain metal charm into a beautiful pink metallic charm now. And if I just show you on this black cardstock how fabulous this metallic effect is. Look at the lovely smooth colour you get there, and then that amazing metallic shine. When you stamp your images and you colour in with these, but you can also stamp with them themselves, colour them onto the stamp and then stamp with them and spritz them. You can do your watercolour effects with these too. So you've got your fine line there, and then if I show you here with the green, look how impressive this is. And actually, just to explain to you as well about our metallic markers, if you've tried metallic markers in the past, especially with colours like the pink and the green here, what you will have seen happen is the green, the metal, or the pretendy metal in other markers, the real metal in ours, doesn't separate out, so you don't get a green line with a silver halo. It actually just remains metallic, and you've got that lovely shine. That's the testament of a real quality metallic marker.
Beautiful. Kay says that she used these to colour in a metal flower earring that she had. She wanted to change the colour. They work beautifully for that. Are they permanent on something like metal? Asked Carol.
Yes, they are. So they're permanent as long as you don't put them in a dishwasher. So you can do it for decorative purposes, and you can, with a duster, clean the items. So I could colour, I could do little snowflakes or little drawings or the name, I could brush letter onto my little jars here, and it would stay there and it would not wash off. And you can do that with your brush lettering with your metallic markers. You can use them on glass, you can use them on ceramic, you can use them on your windows, you can use them on acetate, on vellum, on your metal charms, on your pearls, on your ribbon. You can basically use them on any surface, and they will not come off until you wash it off. And by wash it off, I mean lots of soap water, hot water, and a pan scrubber would get it off. So it's good for decorative use, and you would be able to dust it, but you wouldn't be able to wash it or put it in the dishwasher.
Fair does. Eleanor says, love my metallic marker box. It's a great box. I know I've learned a lot of different techniques. I'm now wanting to get my daughter the box. I know she will love this box, as she did the other boxes too. Loads of lovely samples of these as well, isn't there, Leanne?
Divine. So here's the feather. That is one of the stamps, and what we've done here is we've stroked the marker over the top of this feather stamp and then stamped with it onto vellum and then popped it into one of those Aperture cards. You can see that there. How incredible is that? And then done the same all around the outside of the Aperture there. Here we've done this onto acetate. You can see that there. So stamped onto acetate, heat embossed, and then coloured on the reverse, and you've got that beautiful metallic shining through. Here we've just coloured straight onto a piece of black card with our metallic. Looks absolutely exquisite. Here we've done it on the white card and we've just coloured in some beautiful butterflies. And those little hearts are freestyled. I can show you how to do that quickly if you like. I don't know if I've got time. And then we can, I'll show you, Joe's shaking his head at me. I'll show you that another day. And then we'll colour this butterfly in here. And then this one is just stamped in the same way as we did the feather in spritzed. Coloured in again. Here we are, look, just stamped, straight coloured onto the stamp, stamped again. This one, that's the watercolour effect.
Love
when
that.
you stamp the butterfly with the metallic marker and then spritz it with your spritzer and just on acetate again. So lots of lovely ways of using these. Amazing stamps in there. The versatility in this kit's fabulous. Those beautiful stamps and pens, you're just going to have the best time with them. You really
You
are.
certainly are. Loads of people are commenting just how much they love this. Leann, I bought the set of metallic markers and gave a set to my card making friend. We both love them, says Jean over on Facebook. Loads of you love them. Remember what you're getting in there as well. You're getting the markers, clear stamps, card blanks, die cuts, die cut card blanks, envelopes, acetate sheets. You've got mirror card in here, regular cards, adhesive pearls, metal charms, vellum sheets, and ribbon as well, all packed into that box for £20 or $20. That is an incredible deal. Also, we've also got our
Out of this world deal.
We got there by 6. You said we'd get there by 6. You can get, talking of 6, you can get 6 fantastic glue tape pens. These are, well, they're a real hero product, aren't they? And they've been out of stock for such a long time. They are in stock right now. They are ready to go. $19.95, $29.97, $29.75, and it gets you 6 of them for the price of 5, which is absolutely amazing. Now, we've got some previews coming up now for you, and we have got well, quite an amazing preview. I know you guys have been waiting for it for a very, very long time. Loads of love for those samples as well. Diane saying the card with the acetate was gorgeous. Asuli saying as well, they are all beautiful. Can you use the markers on a stamp? Ask M. You can use those markers on a stamp. Yes, they are fantastic for that as well. Right, Spectrum Noir Tri-Blend Brush complete collection. That is what we're going to share with you. First off, so many of you have been waiting for these. You've got 24 pens in here, but of course what you've really got is 72 markers included in this collection. It is really impressive. It's everything you know and love about Tri-Blend, but now with a brush marker. These are fantastic, aren't they, Leann?
Oh my word, I cannot contain myself. These are so fantastic, really they are. So if you've loved our Tri-Blend, if you've loved them and just had a fantastic experience with them, you're now going to be able to use your Tri-Blend brush marker, which is going to be a fantastic educational journey for all of you. On the route to your illustrators, and they work in the same way. So you're going to be able to use your 3 colours in the same way as your Tri-Blend markers. You've got 3 colours in the same family to get the light, the medium, the dark in that family, and get all of that fantastic and superior blending, but with a brush nib and all of that flicking that you've got in there that you can do, where you can use for all of the different effects that you would expect to be able to create. And you've got 24 markers in here, 3 different colours, which gives you 72 different colours in there. Absolutely exquisite.
How awesome.
It's brilliant to have 72 colours and 24 markers and have all 3. We haven't just, so can I just remind you, because this is important, look, let's just look again. We haven't just given you 1 brush nib to add a little bit of texture. We've given you 3 brush nibs in these Tri-Blend brush markers that you can see there. So you've got your light, your medium and your dark, all with the brush nib for all of those different techniques. Now, we're also launching at the same time a complimentary set of stamps, which are fabulous and perfect for all of your flicking and soft brush nib techniques that you can see here. Love him. She's all right. I'm not a cat person. I'm allergic. And there is the butterfly as well. Sorry, Kat, but it's a true story.
Where has your filter gone today?
I mean, it's just gone out the
we
window.
need to put out a missing person for it. You are filter free today, Leann.
I am totally filter free. I can't help it, I'm allergic. But here she is there, all coloured in with our brush nibs with the flicking. There's that lovely floral. Oh, it's upside down. Look how gorgeous that is. The colours are so vibrant. You can look at the depth and dimension on that. That's achievable with the 3 different colours in there and the brush nib. Here you can see the same with this little set here. The butterfly, exquisite. And look at him. You've got to love him. He's gorgeous.
Super cute.
Really lovely. So they're the stamps that are coming with. And then, of course, just quickly, they're the colours that you can expect to receive with each of those 3 different colours in a marker. It's going to be fantastic. I'm really excited. I'm bringing these to you myself on Friday.
Is that with you?
With me.
Oh, you lucky thing. You and Derek will be up on Friday with those. You'll not want to miss that. 4 p.m. if you're here in the UK, 11 a.m. if you are over on the East Coast. 21st of August, make sure you mark your diary. Normally, it'd just be one, wouldn't it? We'd just give you one preview. We're spoiling you in this launch party because not just one preview, we have got 2 previews coming up. A lot of chatter about the tri-blend brush. Lynn saying, I've been waiting for these. I want, need and must have them. And also Terry saying, I love that golden stamp. So it'll be a very, very busy show on Friday is when you'll be able to come and get your hands on those. Right, not just one though, 2 previews for the same day as well. What a day Friday's going to be.
I know. It's going to be all the fun and frolics on Friday. I'm so excited. Now, I'm just going to show you one of these boards that we've got here, just to show you how these work, and then I'll show you all of the designs. So these are our brand new layering stamps and dies for Christmas. So you can see that beautiful robin that we've got there, and then that stamp in the centre. And what you do is you stamp layer 1, get the right side, Leann. Layer 1, layer 2, layer 3. You get that beautiful result. You've got the 3 layers included in your stamp and the die for all of the designs that I'm about to show you. And when you use those with your quick dry ink pads, you get some absolutely incredible results. So let me show you the designs, and you can see on the packet side here the stamps that you've got, all of the layers that you need to be able to create this. Every single one of them has 3 layers. Then the dies that you've got there, and these are the designs. You've got those beautiful baubles. You've got I love this robin. It's my favourite out of the whole collection. Just gorgeous. Actually, if you've got your vintage Christmas on the show and then you go and get this robin on the launch show on Friday, they're only a couple of days apart. They'll work perfectly together. Then this will too. The swags and tails, that'll go well with your vintage Christmas collection that we've had on the show. You've also got nativity. That would work too, to be fair. And then you've got this just lovely kind of snowflake flurry frame. And then you've got this tree with it absolutely perfect for vintage Christmas if you've got all of those elements as well. And then they look absolutely gorgeous when we put them into finished projects. So you can see we've got that. Look at the depth and the vibrancy and the swags and tails there at the top. Look how fabulous that, here we are, move across, Leann. There we go, that's better. Look how fabulous that nativity scene is, just using your Harmony water reactives in the background there. Absolutely gorgeous. The wreath is beautiful, and you can put that together in lots of different ways. We've got our lovely kind of Nordic Christmas tree there, looking really lovely, brilliant with your vintage Christmas. Then we've got these, get them up the right way, beautiful poinsettia corners that you can stamp in 3 layers to get that depth and dimension. And then finally your Christmas baubles. So really easy, really usable. Look, you can use them on your gift boxes as well. You could be putting your Santa's kitchen tags on there if you wanted to, filling that up with some homemade cookies or whatever it is you wanted to put in there. All of these will work together really well.
They really, really do. That's going to be fantastic. That is coming. Is that with you or Craig on Friday morning?
I think it might be Friday morning. It might be Craig, and then I'm on later in the day.
You're going to do the afternoon. So at 11 a.m. here in the UK, which is 6 a.m. on the East Coast, which is early on the West Coast. It's 3 a.m. I believe. They will be launched. Of course, you'll be able to watch the show back at any point in the day. If you are watching in the US, it'll be ready to view on demand whenever you want to over on our website or across, of course, on YouTube. Leann, massive thanks to you. So glad we managed to coordinate by accident today. When are you back with us? What colour are you going to be wearing? Let's see if we can do it again.
I think I'm back on Thursday.
Fabulous.
In fact, I know I am. Thursday and Friday.
Thursday. We will be together then on Thursday. That will be lots of fun. There is, of course, a whole day of shows coming up tomorrow with myself and Sarah, which is going to be a lot of fun. I do hope you can join us back here for both of those shows tomorrow. If you are across in the US, hope you have a wonderful day. If you're here in the UK or Europe, have a great evening, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Take care.